Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to use a JavaScript framework called Anime.Js. Anyways, first thing you have to do is to download it. You have to open this website. Then you press this download button. And then you copy it to the path of your HTML file. And then in your HTML, you have to write script source anim/lib/anim.min.js. So anyways, the first thing we need is an element to animate. So I'm going to make a div to class of div. So I'm going to say .div. I'm going to say background red. I'm going to say right red. And then I'm going to say body background black. So anyways, I'm going to go to the .div. I'm going to say width will be 50px and height will be 50px. So now we have this square. So we have to animate it. So to animate it, we have to write anim, and then I'm going to say target. I'm going to say .div, which means this offers the class of div. So then I'm going to say translate x 50. Oh yeah, and we also have to link the script.js file. So now you can see that the square moves. You'll also be able to change the easing. So here's just one of the many easings. There's a easing. Ease in, out, quad. So now you can see that it's different. Anyways, but doesn't add the loop. Let's set that loop to true. So now there's just going to be looping. And there are also other things like translate y. And rotate. Also rotate x and rotate y. So anyways, but if I add multiple of these elements, you'll see that all of them will do the same thing. They have the same class, but if one of them doesn't have the class of div, then yeah, so the styling in the animation are not going to apply to it. So I'm going to set this one to div 2, this one will be div 3, this one will be div 4, this one will be div 5. Div 2 will have a background of light blue. The div 3, the div 4 background of light yellow. There's a white screen. And here, we also have to write div comma.div2 comma.div3 comma.div4. So now, we also have to change the targets. So I'm going to turn the targets into a list. I'm going to also add what's div2. I'm going to also add dot div3 and dot div4. If you want the animation to happen to everything, you can also write asterisk. So the animation is happening to everything, but we don't want to use asterisk because the animation is also happening to the body. And if the animation happens to the body, then the things that are being animated are not really going to show. So next one we're going to learn about is staggering. So to do staggering, let's write Anime.Stagger. I'll just say 20. Now you can see what it does. Let me just remove this so and rotate so that you can see. Looks like that. And if I increase the stagger, it's like that. It does add staggering to other things. So now it's like that. And that's the last thing I'm going to learn about in this tutorial are keyframes. I'm going to say keyframes. That has to be a list. So the first item of the list is going to be all of this. And the second item of the list is going to be all of this, except that these parameters are set to 0. Now let me also add the loop loop true. Now it's like that. We'll also change the duration. We'll say duration 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. You can see that the animation takes longer to finish. So anyways, here I'm going to add a div class grid, and we're going to copy this, and we're going to have more grids. It's going to be a grid 2, grid 3, grid 4, and grid 5. So in the script.js, I'll remove the keyframes. So scale Anime.Stagger 2. So, what to make the scale to be a list? I'm going to say value. I'm going to say value. That's 1. I'm going to say duration. Going to be 500, and the other one, the value, will be minus negative. negative 0.1. The duration will be 1200. I'll click that. So I'm going to change this from negative 0.1 to 1. Now I'll click that. I'm also going to change the easing. Let's say easing, ease in, out sign. So now it looks like that. So anyways, I'm going to say dot grid to, let's say position, relative, let's say top, let's say 20px, let's say right, 60px. I'm going to change the position to absolute. So now we can see that it's here. I'm going to change this right to left. So now it's there. So now it's like that. And I'm going to do the same to all the others. So dot grid 3, dot grid 4, and dot grid 5. I'm just going to change the left. This one's going to be 120. Actually, this one's going to be 120. This one will be 180. This will be 240. We'll change this from 60 to 65. So now they're like that. So in my script.js, I'm going to say delay Anime.Stagger. Let's say 500. Let's say 50. I'm going to say from center. That looks like that. I'm also going to say grid. So we have to write the number that's at the center. We're just going to remove this grid. So in here, I'm going to change this to ease out sign. I'm going to change this to ease in out quad. So now it looks like that. So I'm going to say grid 2, 3. Now it starts from here. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. So bye.
Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to create a text animation using Anime.Js. Anyways, so the first thing I'm going to do is to add, I'm going to add 8 divs. I'm going to write txt e f f e c. I'm going to add another div t. So I'm going to say NSBP. Now we have that. So I'm going to just link my CSS. And in my CSS, I'm going to say body display flex. That looks like that. So now I'm going to animate them. So I'm going to say script source anime.min.js. I'm going to add another script with the source of. Actually, it's not going to have a source. I'm just going to put the script inside the HTML. So anyways, I'm going to say anime. I'm going to say targets. Div. I'm just going to say translate y anime.stagger. So I'm going to say anime.stagger. So it's like 50. Actually, it's going to be 20. We'll just say loop will be true, and the duration will be 2 seconds. And 2 seconds is 2,000 milliseconds. Let me just change this back to 20. Now you can see the animation. So I'm going to put this into a keyframes list. I'm going to say keyframes. So I'm going to take this translate y. So I'm going to change this keyframes variable to a list. So I'm going to say translate y and then me.stagger 50. going to be another keyframe that says translate Y Anime.Stagger 20. It's not like that. So I'm also going to add another one. I'm just say translate Y 52 VH. And I'm gonna say translate X. So I'm going to say translate X 52 VW. Now, because after some time, the text goes to the middle. So anyways, I'm going to say rotate Z 45. And you can see that all the texts are rotated. And then I'm going to add a comma. I'm going to add the last one. I'm going to say translate Y 50 VH. Translate X 50 VW. And rotate Z will be 0. So now if I reload this, it's like that. Let me just reduce the duration to 1.5 seconds. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to replace this translate Y from 50 VH to 48 VH. And this is going to go from 50 VW to 48 VW. And the rotate Z will be negative 45. Now it's like that. Now let me just add some styling. So I'm just going to go to the style.css. I'm going to say div. Just say font, family, monospace, and the font size will be 24 px. And I'm also going to add a body. So we have to have a body here. I'm going to say background light orange. So it's going to be orange. I'm just gonna make it more lighter. Okay, I'm going to say padding 20 px. I'm going to say background
light blue. I'm going to say so. Let me just reload it. So now it's like that. So anyways, I'm also going to add a div MTH of type even. So for all the even divs, like div 2, div 4, div 6, and so on, the background will be blue and the color will be white. And here I'm also going to say border radius 25px. Those are like that. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you've enjoyed, so leave a like and subscribe. So bye. Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to make a background effect using Anime.Js. So I'm going to open my text editor. We're going to go to where it is. So where the folder is. So anyways, I'm going to create a div with the class of effect. And I'm also going to link the CSS to it. I'm going to say link rel is equal to style sheet. Ref is equal to style.css. Now, since the style.css file doesn't exist, we have to create it. So anyways, I'm going to say .div. I'm going to say width be 50px, the height be 100px. And the background will be red. Actually, the background's gonna be blue. So I'm going to open it. So let me just open another instance of my text editor, and there open the HTML file. There's the CSS file. So let me just change this effect. So now we have that blue square. I also want to add a box shadow. I'm going to say box shadow 2px, 10px, and I'm going to say black. I'm going to add that shadow. So I'm just going to write 2px, negative 2px. So out like that. So if I do negative 2px and 2p, if I choose negative 2px and negative 2px, which would be like that. So I'm going to write 10px. So now it's blurred. I'm going to change these to 0. So now the shadow's at the center. So I'm going to change this from black to dark blue. So I'm just increases from 10px to 15px. So now let me just tag out this div class effect. So I'm going to save both of them. I'm going to open another instance of Emacs. And there I'll open the script.js. So in here, I'm going to say script source script.js. So now, in the script.js, I'm going to say for let I is equal to 0 and I is less than 50 and I plus plus. I'm going to say document dot write I. Okay, I'm going to say let effect equal to document dot create element div. I'm going to say effect dot class name is equal to effect. I'm going to say document dot body dot append child effect. So anyways, now you can see that we have 100 of them. So here I'm going to say position absolute. So now all of them are together. And I'm going to say body display flex. See, I'm align items center and justify content center. So now they're all in the middle. Now it's time to animate them. So I'm just going to get the Anime.Min.js. And so I'm also going to say script source Anime.Min.js. So in here, I'm going to say anime. So I want to say anime. I want to say targets dot effect. To say translate x anime dot stagger 50. Sounds like that. But we want the translate text to be random. I'm going to use an arrow functions here. So I'm going to say return anime.random negative 300. So now it's random changes to negative 700 and 700. Sounds like that. I'm gonna put this into a function. I'm going to say let animate. I'm going to make it to be an arrow function. So now I'm going to call the animate function. Now it does the same thing. So in here, I'm going to say complete. Complete animate. So you can see that every time I finish, it's randomized time again. I'm just going to say easing, be linear. And so I'm gonna add the translate y. And say translate y. It's going to be another arrow function to return enemy that's random. Negative 700. Now they're randomized between the x and y. And here I'm just going to set the body's background to RGB. Say 0. Say 100, 100, 200. Now the background is blue. So in the Anime.js, I'm just going to write scale. This will be another arrow function. We'll just say return Anime.random 1, 3. Now you can see that all of them are random in the scale too. So let me just change this from 50 to 100. So now there are more of them. So let me just change the background of the body, but to make it more darker. So anyways, now the background animation is finished. Although if you want to, you can change the box shadow from dark blue to black. So we're going to set it to an RGBA to add transparency, 0,0,0,0.3. So now the background is transparent black. So anyways, now I'm just going to change the color of this. So I'm going to go into my style.css. And I'm going to change the body's background to light pink. I'm going to change the .effects background to pink. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you've enjoyed this, then leave a like and subscribe. So bye!
Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to create a text animation using Anime.Js. Anyways, so the first thing I'm going to do is to add, I'm going to add I'm going to add 8 divs. I'm going to write txt e f f e c. I'm going to add another div t. So I'm going to say NSBP. Now we have that. So I'm going to just link my CSS. And in my CSS, I'm going to say body display flex. Now it's like that. So now I'm going to animate them. So I'm going to say script source anime.min.js. I'm going to add another script with the source of, actually it's not going to have a source, I'm just going to put the script inside the HTML. So anyways, I'm going to say anime I'm going to say targets div. I'm going to say translate y anime.stagger. So I'm going to say Anime.Stagger. So it's like 50, actually it's going to be 20. We'll just say loop will be true, and the duration will be 2 seconds. And 2 seconds is 2000 milliseconds. So we'll just change this back to 20. Now you can see the animation. So I'm going to put this into a keyframes list. I'm going to say keyframes. So I'm going to take this translate to Y. So I'm going to change this keyframes variable to a list. So I'm going to say translate to Y, and then me.stagger 50. Going to be another keyframe that says translate Y. Anime.stagger 20. It's not like that. So I'm also going to add another one. I'm just say translate to Y. 50, 52 VH. And I'm gonna say translate X. So I'm going to say translate X. 52 VW. Now you can see after some time the text goes to the middle. So anyways, I'm going to say rotate Z 45. And you can see that all the texts are rotated. So then I'm going to add a comma. I'm going to add the last one. I'm going to say translate to Y. 50 VH. Translate X. 50 VW. And rotate Z will be 0. So now if I reload this, it's like that. Let me just reduce the duration to 1.5 seconds. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to replace this translate y from 50 VH to 48 VH. And this is going to go from 50 VW to 48 VW, and the rotate Z will be negative 45. Now it's like that. Now let me just add some styling. So I'm just going to go to the style.css. I'm going to say div. Just say font, family, monospace, and the font size be 24 px. And I'm also going to add a so I'm also going to add a body. So we have to have a body here. We're going to say background light orange. So it's going to be orange. I'm just gonna make it more lighter. And here I'm going to say padding 20 px. I'm going to say background light blue. I'm going to say so. Let me just reload it. So now it's like that. So anyways, I'm also going to add a div mth of type even. So for all the even divs, like div 2, div 4, div 6, and so on, the background will be blue and the color will be white. And here I'm also going to say border radius 25 px. Those are like that. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you've enjoyed, then leave a like and subscribe. So bye.